How's it going, lads? Welcome back to Top Tipper Betting Tips. Hope you all had a top weekend. Lovely to end the weekend off on a high. Expedentia won well for us. A little bit of 3-1 on offer this morning. Thought it won well. And Bearwood disappointing. But yeah, we made a nice little profit there. And I hope you boys cashed in. We move on to Greyville today. I think we can make a bit of Tom today, lads. I think there's one or two horses that are at nice prices. And I think we could be on to one or two winners here. We'll crack on. And let's get straight into it. First race. Hot favourite here in Countdown, number 7. I've opted against it. I like this horse, Swing Upon a Star. My only concern is the stable's been a bit cold. When I say cold, I mean their horses haven't been winning like they usually do. Last time out, first time out, the maidens, always hard. And I just thought, I think this horse is a little bit above average. I know they think a little bit about it. Won very well on the poly. Steps up to the 1600. Shouldn't be a problem for this horse. And I think Swing Upon a Star around 15 to 10. Could be worth a little bet. Countdown, obviously the class in the race. On form, Countdown should win. But, just running styles. And, I like it that Swing Upon Star's been there and done that on the poly before. It's run 2 good races on the poly. And I think Swing Upon Star on the first for me. Countdown second. Second race, I've gone for the horse Dawn Mission. Listen, Bandus Bash is scratched. It was a 2-horse race. Dawn Mission is in now. I'd be surprised if Dawn Mission never won. I had a mate of mine message me after, that Ready or Not race today. Richard won on that horse for Glenn Cotson. I forget the name off the top of my head. And, just a top ride by Richard, I thought. Keegan was stuck down in the inside on a pocket. And Richard got first run on him on the outside. Look, the horse did go and win by 5 lengths. So whether they took off together, the result would have been different. But, I just thought I'd touch on that, because a lot of boys had that in their doubles and trebles. So, yeah. But, that's racing. But I do think Dawn Mission does win tomorrow. I thought it was between 5 and 6, and the 6 is out. So I'll make the 5 hard to beat. I mean, look what it's run to, Canadian Square. It should win. Dawn Mission in the second. Blazing Light might be a little bit of a lurker there, dark horse. Wahoo's horse comes off a bit of a break. So may need the run. Excuse me. Third race. I thought this was quite an open affair. I thought the 8 Puerto Sky said 2 runs for Commie. 2 run creditable races. Just moved up last time, probably lacked a bit extra. Clarkson won well last time out. Add the money on it. That's no secret. Won very well, but I like this horse Atomic Blonde. I'll tell you for why. Course and distance 2 for 2. I think the poly suits this horse down to the ground. It's sort of action. It comes from off them, and it just mows and just keeps going. Over the 2,000, I think this horse is alright. Last time at Scottsville, probably didn't suit it. Doesn't have the greatest turf form. Creditable, but it looks to enjoy the poly, this horse. Atomic Blonde, round 5 to 1. I thought it was a good little each way bet. Forward Spal not to be left out. Coromandel, Admiral Burnham off a little bit of a break. Clarkson and Puete Scar. But quite a competitive little third race. Sorry. Fourth race, I've gone for number 5, Captain Catman. Toss up between the 5 and 8. Stevie G has finished in front of Captain Catman before. Captain Catman took on a lot stronger last time out. And I think that ran when they both ran by France and Lahar. Captain Catman just didn't seem itself the 2 runs to Big Slick. Back to the 1200. Sharpen it up a bit, 56 on the back. I went for Captain Catman in the end. Stevie G, not to be left out. They had the money down last time out, but just very, very one-paced. It didn't quicken one bit. Is it better on the grass? Well, we'll find out tomorrow. The interesting horse in this race for me is the 7. Canatonic. Look where it came from the last time, from the absolute clouds, And first time on the poly. And seemed to like it. Came running on very, very strongly. That was over 1,000. Up to 1,200 now. Could be a big, big player. And Granddaddy Purple, well, that's got some respectable form. I wouldn't leave that out of any exotics. Fifth race. My best bet on the card, Pietra. Shrudies have jumped on early at the 33-10, boys. It's into 28-10. I still think it's a bit of value. As well as course and distance form goes, you'd have a hard problem finding a horse as consistent as this, 5 runs, 1 win, 4 seconds. The only concern is those 4 seconds. And the last 2 times it's had excuses, coughing. Blinkers go on again. And I just thought Pietra, I think it's run against a lot stronger. And I thought she was a nice bet at around the 3-1 mark. So Pietra, for me, in the 5th. You can have a nice bet on that. I think we'll get a good run for our money. 6th race. I couldn't separate these horses. Passenger Power. Personally, I'm of the opinion the horse is better at Scottsville or on the grass. Hasn't taken to the poly yet for the first time, which is the unknown in the race. It did run second to the Tinkerman the last time out. The Tinkerman's run once on the poly and didn't really show. Did run 3rd, but we expected it to win that day. So it does have the advantage of being on the poly track before. But the interesting horse in the race for me was African Skyline. Comes off a bit of a rest and jumps aboard. And all its runs on the poly were very, very impressive. Last time it ran on the poly, it ran 2nd to Mr. Master Starter. Moved up like it was going to win, and Mr. Master Starter came out and won today and beats, quite, in my opinion, quite a very good field. So I can't split the 3. Passenger Power never run on the track. I think it does come back to its right distance. I think 14 and 16 are too far for it at the minute. The Tinkerman's been on the poly, but it's beaten Passenger Power, and African Skyline's got some good form lines behind it. So exotic players, those 4 for me. And if you're looking for one more, Mini Coupe won well last time out on the poly. 7th race. I did go for number 1 time as ticking. McNaught's last 2 runs. Something amiss. The run that I liked was when Mark Khan rid it and it won by 4.5, beating Tracy's Princess. Form's not the worst. We'll have to get back to its best to be competitive, but I do expect it to be competitive. Bedded Gown must have some sort of a chance. Won very well last time out. It's taken on running races with Big Burn. Won well last time out. And interesting horse in the race here for me is Magic Tycoon. personally, I think his run to a hell of a lot stronger. First time on the poly track, though. It's always a concern. And, you know, especially for the Joburg and Cape Town horses. But must have a big chance. You know, it's run to Maharani, Sweet Pepper, River Carraris isn't a bad horse. Phoenix Fox. New stable. And I expect Magic Tycoon to be there when the whips are cracking in the final stages. So it's 1, 5, and 9 for me there, gents. And a little bit of a dark horse maybe. Number 6, Puff Smoke. On to the 8th race. And my first selection here is number 2, Galway. I actually live in Galway, so it's quite funny. But I think Galway's a little bit of value on the cards, gents. I think it's around the 7.5, 8 to 1 mark. Course and distance suited. Goes over the 16. You know, it's got the claim form, so it only carries 58. And I think Galway's run to much stronger than this. It's run to Airways Law before. Airways Law went and ran in the July. And if Airways Law was in this sort of field, it would be 2 to 10. 7 to 1. I think we get a good run for our money there with Galway. Cape Eagle. Look, she's fairly unexposed. She's only had 8 runs. I'm more of the opinion she's a grass horse. But must be respected on form. Master of Law. Lake Como. Those sort of horses. Don't leave them out. But on a lucky loss for me, I'll be shouting Galway home. And hoping she comes home lonely. That's it, gents. Hope you have a good week. Take it easy, and we'll chat to you guys again on Wednesday. Cheers for now.